Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Got Danny here with a seriously badass Lincoln that I can't wait to dig in and show you guys what this car is about. So let's dig in on it.
Yeah, let's do it.
64 was it?
63.
63. Is there big differences from 3 to 4?
Just subtle, small differences like grille, deck lid. But the biggest difference is that in 64, they made them 3 inches longer from the rear doors.
Okay. Was it decent shape when you bought it, or?
It was in great shape, all original running car.
Oh, really?
One owner car.
One owner car, really?
One owner car. It came from South Dakota. The Shriners used to use it for parades, and they kept it. They kept it in a warehouse, kind of like this. John Lyman from Stinkin' Lincoln found the car, let me know about it, and I went ahead and purchased it.
Yeah, I would imagine if all they were using it was for parade stuff, you probably didn't have a ton of rust on it, huh?
No, when I did the restoration, it was stripped down to bare metal. There was only 2 small areas that had some rust down in the front fenders, and that was it. It's a great car.
This is all you and your buddy Robert doing it after hours, weekends, you work your jobs, and then you guys get together and build cars together.
Right, in my garage. We have our daily, everyday jobs, and in our spare time, we come down and work on these cars.
Yeah. I'm guessing you outsource some of the work? Like, do you do your own paint?
I've done some of the paint work on this car. Like this whole section here was redone by me.
Okay.
I've done the whole engine bay. I did the body work and painted all that myself.
Okay.
The interior I sent out to get upholstered, but I designed it and made some of the panels myself. So everything has my touch on it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Let's get into what you've done mechanically to this. Let's pop the hood, look underneath. I'm kind of curious to really hear about what you've done. Car is just, I mean, I'm telling you, dude, this thing is so beautiful. It's such a pretty car.
Thank you.
Very clean up here.
An LS 6.0, LQ9 bottom end. It's been completely disassembled, rebuilt, put a performance camshaft, better heads, about 4 to 450 horsepower at the crank. Just built for reliability and not so much as a race car, but just to enjoy and to be able to drive it anywhere.
You know, look at what the car is. It's a cruiser, right? It's, I mean, that's plenty of power. I'm sure it gets up and gets out of its own way and stuff. And so you did all the metal work and paint work and stuff in here? This is all?
My favorite thing to do is metal work, and so I fabricated the firewall. I built the engine top panel out of 18 gauge sheet metal. Those are all separate pieces that I welded together, then body worked.
Beautiful, man. That's really pretty.
I went ahead and removed the battery. Used to be here. It used to have a cutout originally. Battery would stick out like a sore thumb.
Sure.
I wanted it to look like the other side, like it had never had a battery.
Yeah.
So I spent extra time to make sure that all the lines matched the driver's side.
So and you relocated to the trunk or something?
The battery is actually underneath the fender down here. To remove the battery, you have to take the tire off.
A little bit of a pain in the butt.
It's a little bit of pain in the butt, but it just makes it look clean. All of the wiring was hidden underneath the fenders. The air intake ran through the inner fender to the outside, so it truly is cold air.
It's so clean, it's so well done. I mean, I'm blown away that this is, for the most part, done in your garage.
You know, we're not a shop. We're just started out as a hobby, and looking at all the shows on TV like Can Dig It and, you know, Martin Brothers, and getting inspiration from them and seeing what we could do.
Yeah. What do you go from the engine? What's your transmission in the car?
So this transmission is a 4L65 built by Transmission Depot out of Florida. It's rated at about 550 horsepower that it could take, which is plenty for, you know, what I have here. Yeah. We went ahead and fabricated a center support for a 2-piece drive shaft, 4 9-inch rear end from Curry, 389 gears.
All the right stuff.
All the right stuff, and it all works together great for a good, pleasant driving experience.
Yeah. Well, I know from talking to you, you're out driving this car, man. I mean, I see the Willwood Master. I'm assuming Willwood's around the car.
Willwood's around the car.
Now, your wheel tire setup here, so curious. I actually, when you weren't looking, I came over and went, is that a real white wall? And it's like, okay, it's the wheel, right? That gives us the white lip.
No, this is actually tire.
Oh, that is tire.
That is tire. So it's a 20-inch wheel.
I thought it was I got tricked, man. I thought it was, you know what I mean? Where they do the white outer on the, yeah.
The tires come from Diamondback. They get tires, like say from all the major name brands. I'm not 100% on the process, but they shave the sides and they mold the white walls onto them. They're really durable. And
I think that's what tricked me, how there's like a lip to it. The white has like a slight step up from the tire. Yeah. And you said they're 20-inch wheels?
20-inch wheels made by Raceline.
Great choice for this car, man. Suspension wise, I mean, I know you're on air. It's still, I assume, still the stock chassis.
Yes.
Anything with the suspension at all? So
it rides on chopping block, full suspension, front and back, 4-link setup in the back. It's all managed by Airlift 3H. So it's all programmable. You can set the different ride heights.
Yeah. On a lot of cars, I'm not big on airbags personally. On this, dude, you kind of have to have it on this. I mean, the stance is so cool on this car.
I've been the same way, and I was very hesitant to put it on bags. I'm glad I did, because there's nothing like a laid out Lincoln.
Agreed. It's so gangster looking. Yeah. I mean, it really is. And you just watch it over here, punk. What? What's the color?
The color is from a BMW. It's called Singapore Gray. It caught my attention. It changes from one tone to another.
It's so, I'm telling you, dude, looking down the side of this car, it's so clean. Like, you know what I mean? There's so much room if there was ripples and, you know, if there was body work that wasn't done right. I mean, it would show, especially this color.
What helps a lot is when you start with a great condition car,
yeah,
the end result come out even so much better.
Yeah, beautiful. What'd you do exhaust on here? Because it has some tone to it. It's not loud, but
It's a 2 1/4 stainless steel exhaust front to back. It's got Borla resonators and stock mufflers to keep it quiet.
Yeah. Did you do the exhaust yourself?
I did the exhaust myself, yeah. Piece by piece, weld by weld.
A lot of hours, huh?
A lot of hours.
Yeah. It's just a long ass way to run. I mean, that's a long car. How long, what are these, 21 foot, something like that?
About 20 to 21 foot, very time consuming.
Yeah. Where does it exit at? Is it?
Mufflers are in the stock location.
Oh shit, wow.
On both sides.
Yeah. God, this thing's just so, was the chrome already this clean?
Most of the chrome was in great shape. A lot of it I reused and not had it redone. The only pieces of chrome that were redone were the bumpers, and the stainless was all polished up. But other than that, you know, like the headlight bezels, all that's original chrome, never been touched.
So this car was really, really solid when you got it.
It really was.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so hard to let go. I don't see myself letting it go, because I know what it started out as, and
yeah,
you know.
Well, and especially, dude, it's so rare to hear of a one-owner car. I can think of one that I have in here, this '63 Corvette back here. That's a one-family car. You know, I mean, it's the older they get, obviously, the less and less we see that happening, where it's a one-owner car. I mean, it's just so rare.
That dashboard is original. Has never had any cracks in it.
Really? So you just recovered it?
No, it's original. The only thing they did when they did the upholstery was they sprayed it to match the color.
Really?
But
so this whole thing is original, and it's just you change the color on it?
Just the color to match the seats. It has never had a crack in it. As you can see, it's not distorted. It's not.
Wow, that just blows my mind. What are these seats? Are these still Lincoln seats?
These are original Lincoln bucket seats, but the bucket seats started in 1964. 63s never came with, they were bench seats.
Yeah.
And it just gives it that look that everybody's just craving.
But that's why when you sit in it too, it still feels like a Lincoln.
And again, these seats are very rare, very hard to find. Luckily, John Lyman at Stinkin' Lincoln had these saved up, and I was able to get these from him.
We got to open both drawers. Got to see that. Oh, there's nothing. I mean, there's just nothing cooler than the suicide doors, man. Have you ever put 4 people? You've had 4 people in it.
Had 4 people in it.
Wow, this is so slick. So is this still the original wheel?
Original steering wheel, but it's been wrapped in leather.
But the actual wheel that came with this car?
Actual wheel that came with the car.
I'm guessing same with your switch panels and stuff?
Yeah, all the window switches are original. They have not been rebuilt. They all work. Matter of fact, when I received the car, the plastic liner that covers the inside of the door, the one the factory puts on with the tar strip, it had never been removed.
You got a really clean starter car, man. So obviously different gauge cluster, right? What's the gauges?
Dakota Digital.
I mean, you can see how much stuff. So this is like this lower part of this is all original.
That's all original, hasn't been touched. All original stainless.
I didn't even ask, do you run AC? Do you have AC in this car?
No, I purposely, since I built this car for myself, I live in Southern California. I myself have the top down all the time.
Right.
Don't have a need for air conditioning.
Yeah. And then do you have audio in here?
Yeah, so that's a stereo from Retro Sound, which it looks original from the outside. On the inside, it's all digital. It's Bluetooth with all the modern conveniences. It's good enough for me.
Man, I just can't get over how clean this car is, dude. I love what you did on your interior. It's, you know how it is with custom cars, right? Is you make a lot of choices along the way, and boy, you can just screw up a really good car when you make bad choices, you know? And I know I'm just another dude with an opinion, but I genuinely like the choices you've made. This car's
right. I didn't want to replace or change what drew me to this style of car in the first place.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's all custom, but it almost looks like you could have bought it this way back in 1963.
Right, like some special dealer option or
Right,
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
That means to put the top up,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
because the tops hides everything once the top's down.
That's right. I forgot that this isn't actually a trunk really back here, huh? Did you have to mess with this at all, or was it?
You always have to. They're temperamental.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's nothing modern relay about it. It's all little limit switches that always you have to be adjusting and stuff like that. They're very temperamental.
Yeah. So when you need to throw dead bodies in here, you make sure the top's up, right?
Right.
Bro. And I'm assuming this has all been redone.
Yeah, it's all been redone. And
Yeah.
originally, these cars came with a vinyl top. This is a stay fast canvas. Gives it a much more luxurious look to it.
Let's drop the top and go drive. Hey guys, real quick before we go for a drive. Some of you don't know, but what I do for a living is I have a vehicle storage facility. If you want to find out more about my business, head over to autotopiala.com. Plus, I just had a new website built. So if you're looking for a website specific to the automotive space, my friend Chad at a company called DisenyoAutomotiveMarketing.com is doing killer websites. You'll see mine, that'll give you an example. So feel free to check it out. If you need storage, I'm here for you, man. Now let's go for a drive. This is so the mode I'm in today, man, cruising.
Can't get tired of this.
So you and your friend Robert, you guys both have full-time jobs.
Full-time jobs. I'm a mailman for the city of San Pedro. And
Yeah.
on my off days is when we dedicate and work on the cars.
And just the two of you do it together, huh?
Just the two of us in my own personal home garage.
So I love it, dude. How many cars have you guys built together?
We've done like 6 full swaps on Lincolns. We are currently working on our 3rd build. This was the 2nd build.
Where you went
where we did the
deep
whole
on it.
thing. Yeah.
Obviously, it's a massive passion for you. If you're gonna, you know, let's be honest, dude. Most people on their days off want to go do days off kind of things, right? And that you guys take the time to build.
Yeah, not only that, but for our spouses to, you know, be okay with it. You know,
For sure.
it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of time.
Yes. I'm curious, when you build something like this, it's your 2nd full build. Do you guys then sell them or?
So this is my personal car.
Okay.
and I don't plan on selling it.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, man, just a few minutes of driving this down the road, and I was wondering right away, with it being on bags, is it gonna be a horrible ride? You know, because I'm sure you've been in bagged cars where it's pretty, you know, bumpy and stuff. This car rides really nicely.
So this feels more like a modern car.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing. It's more of a good thing because you're able to control the car a lot better.
It just drives really nicely, man. This thing's beautiful. You said you did this build in 16 months?
Right, from the moment that I began tearing it apart to the point where what you see here, it took me 16 months.
That's not 16 months full time, obviously. Well,
No.
You guys moved pretty quickly on this. You must have put in a lot of hours in your off time, aren't you?
I mean, yeah, I have a tendency of getting all devoted to what I'm working on, and
Yeah.
to the point where I lose sleep, and I have to get it done, and not just done, but done to my standards.
Sure. It's one thing, I think, to build something that looks great. It's another thing to build something that looks great and drives great.
What drew me to the car was the styling. And so because of that, I knew that I did not want to change the styling.
Yeah.
I wanted to enhance the styling, but I did not want to change it.
Yeah, you definitely kept the cool. Ah, this is the perfect car for today, man. I wish we could just blow off the whole day and just go cruise. Let's go to PCH, man. Hey, to be honest with you, brother, there's not one thing I have to say about this car except for well done. It does everything I'm expecting. All the braking's there, cruises down the road, great. Gets up to speed just fine.
Yeah, for a cruiser, it's, you know, it's...
For a cruiser, it's like not bad at all, man. This car gets up to plenty of speed.
Yeah, it's not a race car, you know,
No.
it does what it has to do, and
And it's a heavy. Do you have any idea what the weight is on this thing?
it's very close to 6,000 pounds.
Got a little chirp out of it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll do a burnout if I power brake it. Never tried it, but
Yeah. Nice. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, man. That is just such a well-built car, and to think that this is primarily done in the garage. A couple things not done, but This is a garage built car that drives that good, looks that good. Thumbs up machine. So genuinely hope you guys enjoyed this, and it was very fitting as we're heading into Christmas time to be in something just cruising and chilling. So as always, you guys, a big thanks for hanging and watching what we do. I'll see you in the next one. All right, man, later.